So now let's understand what is attribute. So here you can see I have written the hello world between h1 tag. Now what it says to the browser, this tag will tell the browser that this content is a heading. So it's mean that a tag is providing some kind of information to the browser. Okay, what kind of information it is currently providing? It is providing that this content is of heading type. Okay, so browser will display this thing as a heading. Now I want to provide additional information to the browser. I know that this thing is the heading, but I want to provide additional information, one more information. Okay, so how will I do this? I can do this by using attribute. So an attribute provide additional information about the content. This is the content of the text. So the attribute is going to provide additional information about this thing. Now I want to provide additional information as this part is written in English language. Now how will I do this? It is simple. You just need to write that language, lang is equal to enus. That is, this part is written in English language. Now the next thing is, how are you going to write attribute? I can write attribute in simple way. That is, this part is known as the name of the attribute. So you always need to specify the name first, then you need to write this equal sign. Once you write the equal sign, you need to write this inverted commas. Once this, you need to write this thing, and this thing is known as value, and then inverted commas are closed. Is that clear? So one thing is the name and the second thing is the value. In some cases this value doesn't need to be enclosed inside inverted commas, but in most of the cases you need to write them. So it is a best practice to always use them. Okay, and it is a convention, you need to use them. It is easy to understand. Okay, next thing is, this name and this value is created by the developer of the language. That is, you are not going to create them, you are going to use them. If you want to specify the language of this thing, you need to write lang. You cannot just write leng. Okay, you need to write this thing as it is. Okay, you are not going to create one, you are going to use that one which is created by the developer of the language. There are lots of attributes, we will study them once by one in the upcoming videos. Okay, now the next thing is this value. You are not going to create the value by yourself. The value is created by the developer of the language, or it has some format that you need to use. If there is some format and the value is not exactly defined, then you can use this format and define your value. But if the value is predefined, then you need to use that value. We will see both cases in the next upcoming videos. So now let's understand the types of attributes. Basically there are two types of attributes available in HTML5. These are global attributes and local attributes. Global attributes are those attributes which can be used on any of the HTML tag, which means that there are lots of tags available in HTML. If an attribute can be used in any of the HTML tag, then it means that that attribute is global attribute. So let's understand. Some attributes can be used in any opening tag, which means that any of the opening tag of HTML, I can use them on any of the tag, and those attributes are known as global attributes. Like language attribute, we have already seen the language attribute. It is a global attribute, you can use it on any tag. Okay, like class attribute and ID attribute and etc. We can use these attributes on any of the tag. We will see these in the later videos. Okay, and most of the attributes of HTML can be used on certain tags, that is src tag and href and etc. These attributes can be used on certain tags, that is they are used on 2 tags, 4 tags, 5 tags, but they can be used on all of the tags, and these attributes are known as local attributes.